morning, ladies and gentlemen. Hello and welcome to today's Jworld Hangout. I'm your host. My name is Kesia J, and I'm the digital media expert for Jeunesse Global. Joining me today, we have our industry expert, Mr. Adam Vincent Gilmer. Good morning, Adam.
Morning, Kesia.
So good to have you here. We have so much to talk about coming off of Jeunesse University in Orlando. I'm so excited for today's call.
Absolutely. There's a lot of great information. As we promised our audience, we'll be bringing them some special guests that were with us in Orlando, but now we get to roll out what we've been doing here with Sensei over the last kind of 2 years, so I'm kind of excited about that.
So exciting. And speaking of Sensei, that's the company our special guests are on the call today. We've got our Director of Sales, Chris Roundtree. Hello, Chris. Thank you so much for joining our call today.
Thanks so much, Kesia. Very excited to be here.
So glad to have you. And the CEO of Sensei, our partner company that powers Jsocial, amazing technology we're going to talk to you about today, CEO Christian Briggs. Hello, Christian. Welcome to the call today.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining.
So good to have you guys here. Let's see where my background is playing and shut that off. So, Adam, we've got all kinds of stuff to talk about. I know coming off of university, everyone was super, super excited. Chris, you were there with us in Florida where we had, just a totally packed out breakout session. There were people sitting on the floor, standing in the back of the room. It was amazing, and I think people were really, really wowed by our Jworld suite of tools, and a big component of that is the new release of our Jsocial and Sensei Player. So, Adam, I'm going to turn it over to you because I know today you wanted to talk specifically with Christian and with Chris about their incredible technology so people understand a little bit more about why this is super, super special, why it's so powerful, and why it makes Jeunesse really stand out in the industry because we are the only direct sales company to have this incredible technology.
Awesome. Well, I think what we should start out is, talking with Christian Briggs, our CEO of Sensei. And Christian, maybe give everybody an idea of, the history of how you got Sensei started, how you came up with the concept, the idea, and how you believe it's going to actually change the way we sell and merchandise in this particular space.
Sure. Thanks for having me, and welcome, everybody. One of the things that you look at when you're trying to do marketing is the effectiveness of where your brand is being displayed, whether it's television, display, outdoor, indoor, print, whatever, even now internet, which obviously is taking over a tremendous amount of the marketing dollars. The thing you've got to look at is how do you target your customer with as much as a sniper shot versus shotgun. So as people start to conjugate more and more into social media, especially within realms of things that have a particular interest with them, we determined that video was obviously the highest impact. And when people share video, it's usually within a trusted environment within social media. That means friends, family, colleagues. Rarely do you spam people you've never met. You'll never see. It's quite rare. So when video shared within that trusted environment, within a social media network, there's a 9 out of 10 chance that that video is going to be watched. There's even a higher probability that it's going to be watched, and then a take action will follow right through, which means either a lead generation or it's a direct sale. So the platform itself combined the power of video, the power of sharing, and shopping within that video. So as you share the video, after you watch it, you now can transact within that. So it's a take an inefficiency model to create an efficient model within social media, within your friends and family.
Now, sorry, Christian. So I know you kind of put all this stuff together. You're working on the IP, and when I got to see it almost 6 years ago, it was like, wow, it was in its infancy of really coming together. But you actually did something that was really cool. You got some intellectual property patents through, and I think our audience hasn't really caught onto the concept yet of how important the IP is and what it actually means for us inside Jeunesse, but what it really means by our Jworld and our Jsocial powered by Sensei. What does that mean for our new distributor that's coming on board?
Well, patents are become the new gold standard for value. In other words, what it does is it gives you a hunting license, and in some cases it gives you a very broad license in which to conduct business within categories or genres. So the patents that Sensei has been able to organically as well as acquire over the last 8 years has allowed us and afforded our channel partners to be able to go out and utilize something that has tremendous value, that can increase sales, increase the transactions, that's the name of the game, of course, but also have the protectionism to know that there'll be nothing else like it out there, certainly not to the effectiveness that we have. That's what patents afford you. Now, if you do your homework on Sensei, we've enforced those patents by some of the biggest companies in the world, and we've been able to secure not only licensing fees, but intellectual property awareness, both in federal court as well as settlement and licensing agreements. So it does take about 8 to 10 years to make an IP portfolio have value, because you have to enforce patents to create the value. And once you do that, then you basically determine who you're going to partner with to be able to utilize the value of all that hard work.
Awesome. So obviously for Jeunesse distributors, being partnered up with Sensei and having Jeunesse in this special relationship with Sensei, it kind of gives us an unfair advantage over many other direct sales companies that are in our space. But I'd like you to talk to what that really means, Christian Briggs, and then I want to switch over to Chris Roundtree, who heads up sales.
So when you have something that we can kind of, I wouldn't say we made a new wheel, but we certainly showed how a wheel can be made to go faster by taking the three very parts of what human nature is doing on the internet: watching video, shopping online, and sharing that experience of video, and sometimes even sharing the shopping experience and putting it into one platform, one easy to understand and to identify with, both from the consumer as well as the merchant for a distributor, and then protecting that ability, protecting that efficiency to create higher lift of sales and increase awareness with the patents, and then putting it with Jsocial. What it allows you or affords the distributor, the sales associate, is one thing: to create greater sales. That's the name of the game. If you're just putting video up on YouTube, wasting your time. You're paying for video or you're marketing video and not creating a transaction. That's inefficient. So with Jsocial, now what you have is the ability of which to have people look at your video, your products, your services, and then when those people share that video, the complete engine to transact goes with it, and now your viewers become your marketing department. That's efficient.
Wow. That's awesome. Sai, were you going to say something?
No, I'm listening to what he says, because when I first saw Sensei, I was really wowed by it, because it's so true. We always are sharing things. We're always talking about things that we're doing. We take product videos and we want to get the knowledge and the information out to people, but there's no transaction that can be made there. And we also know that the more obstacles people have to jump through, it's like, okay, I'm in my app, and now I'm in a website, and now I've got to fill out the shopping cart, and I have to do all these things. You just drop off because it's too much to do. And so what the shopping cart allows people to do is just watch a video, request more information, and be able to transact right inside of the environment where they're already at. So really, really powerful technology you guys have. I definitely applaud your efforts, and I think this is really powerful for our distributors too.
Thank you.
So I'm going to switch over to Chris Roundtree for 1 second. Chris, I know you head up sales and you get things done there at Sensei, but while I was at your offices yesterday, Christian and Chris, you showed me some analytics on when people watch a video and then they go into a transaction. I think the important distinction that the Sensei has is that you can do that transaction right there and then. So I see that the analytics are showing up saying that if you watch something on YouTube or you watch something on some other channel, Vimeo, whatever the case is, some video provider, but when you do it with Sensei, and you have the smart store and you actually make it work. Of course, with Jsocial, we have it as the top of Jsocial. But I want to go over the analytics, because that leads us up to how the technology works and what this actually means by people actually sharing it. So, either one, Chris or Christian, to handle the analytics.
Yeah, we can tell you if someone has a video player, one of our Video Smart Store players on their website or their Facebook page. When someone comes to that video player, how long they watch the video, what items they click through on that video, and more importantly, who they shared that video to. So it really is a priceless tool for a network marketer who's trying to build their business through not just selling products, but building their network out and adding additional distributors underneath them. So now they know which videos are really getting the high conversion, and they're able to keep those videos in the player. If a certain video is not getting a high conversion, then they don't use that video. And then they can see where the video was shared to, so they know where to focus all their efforts. So if their shares are coming from Facebook or Twitter, or they're getting a higher open rate in an email, they then know where to focus their efforts. And as Kasaya, Christian, and you have all said, whenever they watch that video and they're emotionally engaged, at that emotional high point, they're able to request a sample, buy a product, or become a distributor. And with YouTube, you watch the video, or if you're on Vimeo, you watch the video, and then you have to go seek the transaction. You have to go find that website. You have to go call someone to transact. But with Sensei, you're able to watch that video, and at any point in the video, you're able to transact, and then you're able to share it, and you're still in that video environment, no matter if you're on a website, on Facebook, Twitter, and email, anywhere you see it. And another thing we haven't talked about is this is global. We process transactions in every currency that the U.S. doesn't have a sanction against. So we're currently in Russia and Mexico. Translations are done on those. China's going to be done in January. So we're very excited to be helping not just Jeunesse in America, but Jeunesse global.
That's an important point. I know when we did the presentation in Orlando last weekend, people were really hungry for samples and how the samples work and you know getting samples out there. I think it's important that we cover the viral effect that can happen with a Sensei player when people are able to share and share. Like if I share something to my Facebook page, and I'll do this in a second as a demo, but what that really means when other people start to share, you know, a distributor's store. So I mean, because it touches, and either one of you can talk to this, is that you know you really figured out a way to really make money through social media monetization with this particular player, and I think that's another important category that some people that are out there watching us today, listening, saying, well, why does this work in the social media environment? And I think if you guys can, you know, take some of those points and talk to them, that'd be great for our audience.
Well, I'll probably jump on that one. So I'll tell you this: when you look at human behavior, this is so important. We all strive to do the best job we can to make the most amount of money. But when it comes to marketing, a lot of times that can miss the mark. So when you look at social media in general, and you look at all of the differences of what you can try to market within those environments, the network, look at what network marketing is, look what the name of social media is. It's a social media network. So we all go to things that we're going to have relevant interest in, that are going to be engaging, but more importantly, that are going to be within a circle of friends or at least associated with things of interest. So when you're determining with the analytics, this is so important, what Christopher was saying, the analytics will show you where people are watching it, where they're shopping it, and where they're sharing it. So now, with the services that we can be afforded to be able to even take it to a next level of additionally marketing the Jsocial platform, you'll be able to spend dollars to pick up sales, not thousands of dollars to pick up dollars. It's a whole new realm, because remember, people will share to people that are going to have a relevant interest. So they're certainly going to be within a very high percentage. It's a very high probability when I share something, and Adam, I've never seen you not watch something I've shared you, every time. So the high probability is this: share it to your inner network or your closest associates, and from there it just goes viral. That's the key. You may never meet the 10,000th person that watched it, but some way, somehow, it got to them globally. There's not a currency we can't transact in. There's not a language we can't build the system in. We've got about 2/3 of the world's population covered with the languages we have currently coming out now, as well as over the next 6 to 8 weeks. So again, with the video, it goes, and it never stops. It's not like it just picks itself up. It clones itself. So you literally could have tens of thousands of these, which we've had merchants have hundreds of thousands of these over, a relatively short period of time, and the transactions amounts were staggering. And the interesting part about it, the cost structure, as Adam has seen and witnessed, we work very, very closely with a lot of the big social networks where they built a lot of their marketing systems around our platform. The Jsocial platform is very fortunate to have this, but we've been able to bring take actions, which are people that will actually watch and then take an action from generate a lead, or in other words, I want more information about this business opportunity, I find it very awesome, to I want to buy the products directly in the player, whatever those products may be. And just in the last few weeks, because of the effectiveness of the platform, we've lowered some of those take actions to under $1. And I always said to anybody for 25 years, would you pay $1 for a customer? And I've always had a definite yes.
That's awesome. I'm just going to jump in here because, Christian, you said so many incredible things, but just to give some clarity to our distributor base, I think it's important that they understand that the Sensei video player, it's essentially like your website, because every time people watch that video and they're able to interact, like you said, whether it's get a lead, order product, request more information, get a sample, all of that is intertwined with your JTools, your My Leads section. So if someone requests more information, then their information goes right into your back office lead system. So it's very important that people know we've spent almost 2 years working together, our company with your company, trying to fully integrate everything. The videos that people are watching are the videos that are done by our marketing department. So they're getting top of the line product videos and opportunity videos that they're able to watch inside of the player. So very, very important that you guys understand how all of this intertwines. You know, your website is static, and it used to be, okay, well, here's your website. Now we're going to go on Twitter, and we're going to try to drive traffic to it, or we're going to post a video on YouTube and try to get people to it. Well, now with the Sensei player, it's almost like wherever you post a video, your website or your store goes along with it because they're able to transact inside. So very, very powerful, and I believe, Adam, in a couple minutes, we're going to actually show people the player and the power behind it.
Well said, by the way. Very well said. You did a perfectly good explanation. Anything that's generated from the lead to a direct product sale goes right into your CRM backend, and it's at your fingertips whenever you want to watch it.
Well, listen, why don't we go ahead and just show the presentation? I know we've probably got some question and answers towards the end of our hangout here today, but that should be up on the screen. Does everybody see that okay?
I see it.
All right, cool. So that's the actual Sensei player loaded up, right? I let it load up in the background. I'm going to hit the play button here, and then, Christian, maybe you can just walk us through, and I'll kind of guide, and let me just pause the video here. And you can kind of just guide us through, and I'll tell people what, you can tell people what's going on.
Sure. So basically what you're watching.
So right now the video is playing, and you have...
Go ahead.
So there's the video playing. I think that's playing through pretty good for everybody. I'm going to pause it just so that the sound isn't playing in my ears at the same time. And then what you guys figured out, Christian, with your intellectual property and is being able to have the shopping cart interact with the video. We just watched the shopping cart go away right there. But if I hover over the player, what we get to see that shopping cart. And what's really great is, this is where people can get a sample, people can become a preferred customer, they can sign up in the business, and they can also create leads. And Christian, you were talking about this a moment ago, like, what's a lead really worth? And what's it worth when you're in the direct sales network marketing industry, and then somebody says, hey, listen, I want to be in the business with you. You can actually send them this particular player. But I don't want to take the wind out of the sails. You guys created this. What an incredible idea. So what are you seeing happening, and who are some of your other larger clients that are actually using this? Because people just look at it and say, who's Sensei? I don't think people understand how many massive, massive clients you guys have as customers.
Sure. We have, well, let me take a step back. So the lead generation that you brought up, which is a very good point, the cost of acquiring a customer is obviously very expensive in today's marketplace because you have a lot of competition, or you have a lot of real estate of which people are always clamoring for. The interesting thing about what we try to do is focus, again, on creating a platform that will go directly to persons or people that will have a high probability of desire to either watch that or participate, whether it's in a sales associate position or just a direct product purchase. That's key and first and foremost. And one of the things we also learned, which is very good, and we've talked about this for the last, 2.5, 3 years, is that every time you make someone have to click from watching a video back to a separatized website, back to another page for the cart, it creates a disconnect. It's an inefficient, broken model. And every time one click is involved, leaving an environment, you lose 50%. With what you're looking at right now with this video, you're seeing the website inside the video player. There is no click out. You purchase, you generate the lead, or you ask for more information, whichever the viewer, and next thing you know, all of that information is at the sales associate's fingertips. But more importantly, which is what I think is incredible, is the fact that we have merchants now. We have Walmart, Nordstrom's, Coca-Cola, Microsoft. Christopher, I mean, you could probably list 1,000 people just in the high-end, big box. We call them big box retailers or Fortune 500 companies using it. But it's the 40 to 50,000 little merchants that are using it. And we were just pulling up some analytics on Thursday, and some car dealers, which are getting incredible, I guess this is the time of year to buy a car, you'll see that. And what's interesting is that you don't typically think the small merchants can play with the Microsofts or the Walmart. Let me tell you something. It's just the opposite. The small business owner, the sales associate, with this platform, they don't spend 1/1000th of the money, but that their return is becoming far greater.
Wow.
That's the key right there. $1 for a customer. We recently ran some campaigns for some merchant sales associates, and we got down to 46 cents for acquiring a lead and or a product sale. 46 cents. It's getting to the point where our goal was $1. Now we've broken that, and we're now setting those goals even lower as far as the cost of acquisition. So that's the platform.
I love it. Chris Round, do you want to add anything else to the software technology?
Yeah, I would say that we've been having tremendous success with the big companies, like Christian said. We've got a deal that's about to roll out in China with China Telco. We've got a big telco down in Mexico that we're working on the integration, as well as in Russia. So, as Christian said, from anything from a big business to a small business, Sensei enables you to become a very, very efficient online marketer for next to no cost. Because whenever you share the video to people you know are going to be interested in that video, we show a low of 7% conversion and as high as 20% conversion, because it's a video sent from a trusted source. And then once they've watched Shop, then they're able to share it to their friends and family. So as Christian said, you're able to maximize your online marketing budget in a way never ever possible until Sensei, because we bring the video, which is the engaging content, the commerce, which is where you guys are selling your products, and then you're able to share it with other interested parties. Never before has this type of technology existed before. And whether it's GoDaddy or Yahoo or any of our other institutional partners, or a distributor, Jeunesse, you all get the same results because of the power of the technology. So we're very excited to work with you guys and get as involved as possible in having these weekly seminars or hangouts and explain how it works and answer your questions.
I love it. Listen, I got to pull up my my Facebook page here in a second. Kasai, I know you were taking notes, or you sent me a text message there. So while I pull that up, if you could cover a couple of things that you were about to talk about.
Sure. The main thing that I think is going to help our distributors immensely is the fact that they can generate those leads. So, like I said, if you share your video player and people request more information or they request a sample, it goes directly into your back office, your management system, or what we call our My Leads section. The interesting thing about the My Leads section is you can actually see with a little icon when that lead comes through your Sensei player. You will see the green little C that Adam had up on a previous screen that shows you that the lead actually came from that player. So we also know where our leads are coming from. Everything is fully integrated. You'll get an email to your inbox that will say you've gotten a new lead or that someone has ordered a sample through your Sensei player. So very, very powerful technology. Again, the videos are in your back office. The other thing that I wanted to clarify for our viewers, I know, Christian, you keep referencing $1 a customer. And so just to kind of bring some clarity for our distributor base, what Christian's referring to, I think, is paid advertising. So one thing I always talk about in direct sales is, yes, we leverage our relationships, our contacts, our colleagues, our friends, our families, but sometimes through social we can get further reach. So what Christian is essentially talking about is maybe boosting a post or spending an ad budget, even if it's just $1 to obtain that lead or that person that might be interested so that you can contact them. I think that's where it's coming from. And we'll go through the price point with Jsocial in just a minute here. Adam pulled up his back office so you'll be able to see what it looks like for you, and we have a very special offer for you guys too on the call, so can't wait to cover that. Adam, it looks like you've got your Sensei back office area pulled up in your JTools, so I am actually boxing your screen so that people are able to follow along. This was all revamped, by the way. We announced this at Jeunesse University last weekend, so really, really powerful, easy interface to use, and Adam's going to show you very quickly how to walk through your Sensei player in the back office.
All right, awesome. So making sure I'm coming through loud and clear. I am, okay. So what we have right here is the actual back office, and the way you get to this is you go to your JTools after you've logged in. Under your JTools, you just simply hit Jsocial, which is one of the drop-down links underneath the JTools navigation tab. And then while you're in here, you can do a lot of things. You can change the order of the videos on your left-hand side here, which is great. If I wanted to push the opportunity video up, I could hit this little up button and it'll do that. If I want to do and adjust any of the videos, so I can actually custom make what I want my player to look like going out to my particular audience when I'm sharing it on Facebook or sharing it to somewhere else. The other, we're getting text saying great stuff, guys. That's good to hear from the field. So what we also have here, excuse me, is a way for you to post directly to your newsfeed. I can send it as a message. I can post into Twitter, LinkedIn, Google+, and then there's tons and tons of social media options. I'm actually going to click on this so people get an idea of how many social networks you can actually make the Sensei Jsocial or Jsocial powered by Sensei player work in. And it's right here for everybody. There's literally hundreds of them if you want to become members of these to actually go in and share and post and make it work. The other cool thing that you're able to do and make happen is I can copy it to a clipboard to actually cut and paste, or maybe I want to send it out as a text message. I can do that, and I can also email it out to people as well. And if I click on this little link right here, it says preview my store. When I click on that, you'll actually see this load up. The player is going to load up here shortly. You'll see Sensei come up there, and then the player loads up. And just as you saw my videos, the user experience whether I share it to Facebook, whether I share it to any of those sites, this is the user experience, which is really awesome. So when I hit the play button, there it is playing. I decide I want to share it into any of my social networks. From this I can. And I can also offer the free mini-serums. What people don't understand, the free mini-serums, this is what we were giving away, Kasaya, in the room that day, that people absolutely lost it over because people said, man, they want more samples. And the cool thing is that when you click on this, it actually does it right here for you and actually shows you where to get a sample. So I'm going to go right back to the player inside our back office. And all this is available for our distributor, for the Jeunesse distributor, to actually say go out and start moving product, moving signups, sharing the information, and making it work. Truly making what we have very, very unique, Kasaya, Christian, and Chris, because this doesn't exist in the direct sales network marketing space. And to have this tool, it literally means that my business is on me 24 hours a day, and I can also have it work on my phone. I think that's another thing that we should cover is mobile commerce, and I don't know whether Christian Briggs wants to cover some of the stuff about mobile, what you're seeing there, or maybe you, Chris Roundtree. But we're fully engaged in what we're doing with our J mobile app. But I'd like to talk a little bit about how you guys have this technology working in and over the mobile devices.
Well, we have our first generation done now to where you can do the same experience. You're going to have a couple extra steps on the mobile because we're coming out with our next generation app, which will be here in about 6 weeks. But in the meantime, what we've done is to at least build the system in which the experience mimics what you would have on a PC with this on any kind of a phone. So it allows you and affords you, again, the same thing: watching, shopping, sharing. 3 basic elements. So simple to every day what we do on the internet. So the experience being the same, the opportunity to share it from mobile to PC or to wherever it is, it's just a click of a button. So I would invite everybody to experience it on mobile as well, and the same kind of opportunities, since mobile is so dominant over PC within certain markets around the world. Certainly outside the U.S., mobile has become more of an adopted, just from whatever the needs were for people to use phone and utilize that as their main staple of getting communication and consuming. So mobile is really very important to us. Our next generation app, like I said, about 6 weeks, and then we've already started to product roadmap a 3rd generation, which will come out each and every 90 to 180 days. There'll be some kind of a new version that will just continue to be evolving and always be ahead of the curve when it comes to the next adaptation of phones themselves.
Awesome. I know mobile commerce is on the rise, and we see that. I know from text messages coming in, and of course, I'm not sure if there's any questions on our Hangout yet. But while Christian was talking, what I did was I shared it to my Facebook page. So I think this is an important piece for people to see too. So let me pull this up so everybody can see this. Share a screen here. All right. Is that coming up loud and clear for everybody?
I'm just seeing a black. Oh, there we go. We're loaded. Loaded up.
All right. Cool. Cool. So I shared it to my Facebook page, and right here, Christian was the CEO of Sensei was talking about the same user experience, right? So we're showing people how it works from your back office in the preview. But the cool thing is that when it's shared to Facebook or some of the other social networking sites, and I hit the play button, what you're going to see is the player load up. And after the player loads up, just like it would from YouTube or some of the other sites, you're going to see the same user experience, and now people can actually have it work right from the comfort of my own Facebook wall. And the other cool thing is, Keziah, Christian, I can share this with friends personally as well through the send feature we have inside the back office. So I'm just going to hit play here, and this is on my Facebook wall now. Okay, and then I'm going to, hit pause just so that I can hear what I'm doing, and I can also sample. I can make everything happen right here live on my Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, blah blah blah, any of those social media sites. So really, really exciting stuff, because once again, this means that we're just head and shoulders above so much of the marketplace, because this is where people interact today. This is where networking takes place. Facebook and Twitter are really just greater networking sites for people to connect with each other, and you guys have figured out a way to truly take advantage of that, and I think it's tremendous.
Adam, if you could pull up your back office, I wanted to show people where they can tell the difference on where their leads come in. I don't know if you want to show that or not. The other thing I have pulled up is actually showing people how to enable it. If you guys do not have Jsocial right now, I'm going to take you and show you very quickly how you can enable that. Very simple to do. You'll want to be inside of your back office. And let me share my screen.
Okay, let me stop mine. Okay, go ahead, Keziah.
Okay, can you guys see that?
It's coming through. Yes, it is. We see it live and clear.
Okay, so you can see I'm in the back office area. I just go to my J Tools, and if you come down to Jsocial, you saw Adam click on this earlier, and his was white, so he clicked and it opened right up. That's where we just walked you through the interface. But if you are not a Jsocial subscriber, then feel free to sign up. If you go to J Tools, Jsocial, and then enable, you get a wonderful little page here that explains to you all about the program, just like we're doing here today, give you more information on how the system actually works, and then click Try It Now. Adam, do you want to share with our viewers our incredible offer at this time?
Well, I'm thankful to Randy and Wendy, our CEO and COO of Jeunesse, but also to Christian Briggs, our CEO there at Sensei, because what they figured out a way to do is to let everybody have the service free for the next 30 days. And the cool thing is this is an ongoing 30 days. So if you sign up today, that's great. You can go and do that in your back office, just like Keziah is showing you. And then when you get a new distributor and you'd like to see their business explode and have them have the same technology that you just enrolled for, if they haven't signed up for Jsocial yet, they can actually go there and into the back office here. I'll put it on my screen now. Then go to the back office and sign up, and that way you have the same duplication starting to take place in your sales organization over and over and over again. So people can literally start to enroll inside the process, start sharing, start monetizing, and start figuring out, hey, listen, here's how I want to get more leads, I want to have more people buying product, I want to have more transactional revenue, and I want to sign up new business partners in my sales organization. So Christian, you guys came with a great way for that to happen. We've installed it into the company, and I know it's starting to take place. We're starting to see people enroll and sign up. But one of the things I think is important is the take action of what people should do, Keziah, when somebody has signed up, and that is, make sure that they're connected to Facebook, make sure that the application's pushed through, and go and get some feedback. Like on my particular piece, I created 9 new leads, and I'm actually going to go into my lead section here and show you this. And I was actually doing this live in the office the other day when I was in Dallas, Texas, with both Chris and Christian, just going over some of this stuff. But if I go over here to my Sensei over here, and I go click on my leads, what you're going to see is some amazing stuff taking place. I just filled out this lead capture at the beginning of our Hangout today. So you see my name popping up first. But what you're actually seeing here, okay, is people that have come in from the particular leads, making things work, not only through Sensei, but through JMobile and the entire suite of tools that we have. And as you know, for the next couple of weeks, we're focused on the Sensei piece, but this literally it gives everybody the ability to follow up with a name, phone number, and email address, which, once again, I think makes a massive difference to how you market your particular Jeunesse Global products, specifically when it comes down to sampling the serum, having people watch how they can work from the comfort of their own home, and how we can touch so many people through our social media accounts. Awesome stuff.
I'm so excited about this software. I think it's amazing, and it really does take our tools up and just another notch. And I'm telling you, we have the most coveted tools in the direct sales industry. Our tools are absolutely the best of the best. So I encourage you guys, get hooked into Jsocial, get in there and use these tools. I'm getting text messages, and we're getting feedback everywhere. You guys are amazing. I'm getting text messages from Eddie. He says, I am applauding like crazy. Awesome. We're applauding too. We're really excited. You know, we've got our hands on something really, really special with Jeunesse, and so marketing your business is vital, and we want to give you guys the best tools to do it. Chris and Christian, you guys are incredible. Thank you for putting together this fantastic tool, which is really, really useful. I definitely see how this is going to take our distributors up to the next level in their business. I want to thank you for sharing your expertise and your knowledge with our viewers today. I'm sure they're very, very excited. Adam, any final words that you want to cover on today's
I'm watching our Hangouts.Jeunesse Global page, and I'm seeing all these incredible questions come in from people. And I'm going to send both Christian and Chris the link so they can see some of this stuff, so they can see all the feedback that's starting to happen on the channel. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, we want you to interact with us, because that way we can get the answers out to you so that you can be more effective at your marketing. And the other thing is, we'd like you to share the link from today's Hangout with some of your existing distributors, and also some of the new people that you bring on board, so they can actually hear from the CEO of Sensei, and also from Christian and Chris, excuse me, and actually talk about how awesome it is to have this technology here and working. And that way you get some duplication taking place in your sales organization as far as the suite of tools that we have. And having the free enrollment, I think, is absolutely awesome. So you can try, and then end up staying with the service moving forward and marketing your business. And Keziah, the questions are endless on our Hangout today. Awesome stuff.
Awesome. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for tuning in. It is 1:37 East Coast time. I want to make sure that people are able to view this recording and that they really get the most value from it. So if you guys have questions, please leave your comments in the sidebar if you're watching on hangouts.Jeunesse.global.com. If you're watching on YouTube, feel free to leave your comment there. We absolutely love your feedback. We want to know how your Sensei player is working for you. So if you're sharing it, tell us your testimonials. Tell us how the leads came in, when you're posting it on your social networks and people retweet it or they share your video, because it's super awesome. We've got amazing marketing tools. They're sharing your storefront. I hope you guys see how powerful this is for you to continue building your business. I certainly hope you'll take advantage of 30 days. So free trial. Get in there, see how it works. You know, go and work. You have to share it, and you have to get out and be social and use the tools, but by all means, take advantage of what's available to you. We are well on our way to $1 billion in a global company, so you know, get the message out there. People are going to hear about Jeunesse. They're going to hear it from you. They're going to hear it from someone else. So get your Sensei player and your Jsocial working and get it out to your social networks. Chris, Christian, again, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for your expertise, and thank you for partnering with our incredible company to share your technology and help advance our distributors as they share the Jeunesse story and build an incredible business. Adam, as always, helping our distributors learn how to use these tools.
I had one more comment. Next week we're going to have one of the Vice President of Marketing from Sensei on to talk about some of those things. But today, don't forget, if you're in Los Angeles, our lead distributor Kim Wee is having a meeting up in Palace at the Palace Hotel in Los Angeles. I'm headed up there after today's Hangout. Make sure if you want to grab me over there, we'll sit down and talk more about how the technology works. But Keziah, thanks very much for having the forum today, and I just see the questions once again going crazy on our Hangout. So I think we delivered a good job here this morning.
Absolutely, as always. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. Please share this video with your friends, your social networks, everybody in your downline, upline, and in between. We love you guys. We will see you next Saturday on the next Jworld Hangout. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.